the only contact elderly people have. She doesn't have a carer. She walks, she even does the park run. She's really good. The only thing
tell me what you're planning these afternoons. Did you say did you say Thursday you were going to do this?
Yes, so Thursday we're going to introduce high tea where they can meet up, men and women, people of all age, and talk and socialize. But
do you want to tell me the name of your restaurant or cafe, or would you rather not?
It's Bemba Cafe, and we are inside the Alexandra Park in Manchester.
Bemba Cafe inside Alexandra Park. Is that central Manchester? I'm not very familiar.
It's in what you call a suburb here in Whalley Range, near
Whalley Range. Okay, I've heard of that. Well, I hope it goes well. I hope I've not sent too many extra people there, but I think you're going to be a lively one. Let us know how it goes, Kylie. Thank you. And that is a strong advocate for the idea. We're staying with health matters in this extraordinary research that LBC has discovered after talking to ambulance chief executives that since Labour came to power, ambulance crews have waited a total of 137 years outside hospitals. Pete's in Carlisle. Now, I talked about abuse. You can talk to that, I understand. Is that right? Abuse of the system, by the way. Is that right? Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's been a couple of years since we last spoke. The last time we were talking about university fees when my daughter was still studying.
Okay. How is she? I trust she's all right, is she?
She's tremendous. She's been now in the ambulance service for a couple of years and has started to feel some of the pain points,
right.
And just picking up on the sort of abuse of the system.
Yeah.
I think the idea that visitors could help in different ways to an ambulance service is particularly good. So where she's based, they have a classification called an HIU, which is a high intensity user.
What does that mean? Does that mean someone is abusing you?
Well, not necessarily abusing, but it does mean that to be an HIU, you're calling an ambulance more than 12 times per week.
12 times a week?
12 times a week. So
I don't call my children that much.
Exactly. So the inference is that if you call less than 12 times a week, then that's somehow okay.
For love of God.
Yeah, and a lot of the calls that they go to, significant volume of the calls that they go to, are mental health challenges, social challenges. It's not an emergency service. So the idea of these health visitors, I suspect, would cost significantly less than dispatching an ambulance. And of course, the knock-on effect, talking about what was it, 137 years to outside a hospital?
Yes, 137, yes.
Yeah, that happens all the time. So what they do, a couple of the hospitals in Edinburgh, they have what they call corridor crews. So they dispatch a crew at the start of a shift.
Yeah.
And that crew won't leave the hospital. So when subsequent crews arrive with a patient, they effectively hand it over to that ambulance. So that ambulance is tied up effectively for the whole shift.
Pete, I've got to get to the news headlines. Most importantly, is your daughter enjoying it? Is she glad she studied this?
Yes, she loves the job, absolutely loves the job, loves the NHS and is delighted to be in it, yeah.
Do you know, when you said that figure, I honestly thought you were going to say 12 times a year. When you started to outline, and then you finished, that is an absolute zinger, 12 times a week, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Give my best to your daughter. I do remember a conversation. Well done, you must be very proud. A couple of texts and emails coming in. Pradeep says, as a matter of interest, do we know what the figure for ambulance waiting was equivalent to 137 hours in the last year of the Conservative government? Yes, I think I said it. If I didn't, I do apologise. It's a 25% increase in a similar period under the Conservatives. Alf in Halifax, why concentrate on London? It's not. We put in questions to all of the major health areas. We spoke to an LAS, London Ambulance Service executive, but those figures are based nationally. And this comes in from Tom. My daughter is a paramedic in Wales, regularly spends 9 or 10 hours of a 12-hour shift sitting outside A&E waiting to offload patients. She needs her patients to do that, doesn't she? Coming up after the news.
Police have questioned a Labour MP on suspicion of rape and child sex offences. I'm Heather Cartwright, LBC's South West reporter, with the latest on the allegations against Stan.
We'll hear from Heather after the 8:47 LBC News headlines read by Thomas Watts.
Financial markets in the UK, France, Germany and across Asia have plummeted again this moving with renewed urgency to support British car manufacturers. And figures seen by LBC show ambulances have spent the equivalent of 137 years parked outside hospitals in England in 8 months. LBC weather, frost and fog clearing to leave a bright and sunny day, a high of 17 degrees.
LBC Travel, I'm Joanne Webb. In the West Midlands, traffic was being held on the M6 southbound at junction 7 at Great Bar because a car broke down. That's just been released, the traffic, but it's still very slow. Also delays in Leicestershire on the M1 northbound at junction 24.